All right, back on the morning drive on this Tuesday morning, a wet Tuesday morning. This interview segment brought to you by Deep South Sanitation. If you live in an area where city or county cannot get your trash, call Deep South Sanitation. Kerry Scarborough and his staff will be glad to talk to you and handle all of your sanitation needs. The weather outside is not necessarily conducive to what this morning's guests are doing in town, but we're glad that they are here. They are part of the summer Workcamp project, and we'd like to introduce them to you this morning. First of all, Lisa Rawls is this year's Workcamp director. Lisa, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for being here. And you brought along two very able-bodied workers who I know are in town this weekend, or this week. Ed Sandberg. Ed, you're from Minnesota, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Welcome to South Georgia. Good to see you.
Thanks. Good
and
to be here.
Also, Riley Allison is also here with us. Riley from Virginia, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Glad you guys are in town. First of all, Lisa, let me ask, how big is the group that's in Valdosta this week?
We have 148 participants.
Wow.
To work in your community.
That is so great. And the 7th year that Valdosta's been happy enough to have you guys here.
Great city to come to.
Well, we're certainly glad that you are here, and we know the great work you've done in the past. And we want to talk a little bit about the project, but first of all, let's talk to these folks. Ed, first of all, you're from Minnesota, and how many years have you been involved with the project?
This is, I think, my 10th or 11th year. I've been going ever since I could, which is back home. It's right after 9th grade.
Gotcha.
So it's about 10, 11 years, and yeah, I've just been loving it. It's a fun time.
Now, how did you get involved with it to start with?
I got involved with it because my brother went. I have an older brother, and he went 2 years in front of me, and I saw what he was doing, and I really liked it. I thought it was cool. Thought it was a good opportunity to go help people, and it seemed like he had a great time, so I was like, thumbs up, let's go.
Now, have you seen different parts of the country? Have you gone to different places?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I've gone everywhere from as far west as we gone. We went to Mescalero, New Mexico last year. Mm-hmm. I've been to Montana, Michigan, Kansas, obviously here, North Carolina. It's
all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place, yep. And that's what I love, too. I love traveling, so that's good.
Fantastic. It's a good way to do it. Now, Riley, let me ask you. Now, you are in college, on your way to college?
On the way to college.
Very good. And from what part of Virginia are you from?
Goochland. It's a little place by Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know where Richmond is. I don't know about Goochland. So.
No one knows where Goochland is.
Now, how did you get involved with this project?
My youth group began going on mountaintop mission trips, and before I could go on mountaintop, they stopped that. So they first started work group camps when I was in 9th grade. So I've been going to these for about 6 years now. This is my 6th year. So
gotcha.
It's awesome.
Well, we're glad that you're here, and welcome to South Georgia to you as well.
Thank you.
Now, Lisa, let me ask some of the projects that you guys are working on this week. You got again a big group here.
We do have a big group. We're doing painting, exterior painting, improving the outlook of the house, and some interior painting. We are also doing some skirting, as Ed is doing and Riley at their site. And I'm pretty sure we're also doing a wheelchair ramp,
nice.
Which is one of our major projects.
Gotcha.
So
now this group is based out of...
This group, my group,
well, just the entire
group,
project, yeah.
The entire project is based out of Loveland, Colorado.
Gotcha.
But the kids come from everywhere.
Gotcha. And so, and that's basically what it is. They come from all over the country to different places around the country. How many different places do you guys go in one summer?
Well, Ed was trying to help me count. We think about 30.
Wow.
I have 4 college kids that are really in charge of the camp. They're my summer staffers, and they run the program.
It's an amazing outreach program, it sounds like. I mean, a lot of people involved.
We have devotion in the morning before we leave, a lot of singing, and then in the evening we really get down and, to the concept of why we're here, draw yourself closer to God, and that's what we're here for, to serve.
For the entire week. And of
course,
week. The rain, I know, has probably held you up in some spots, but it will subside. Hopefully we'll have some better weather, although it will get hotter, so be on the lookout for that. So, now, Ed, you're ready for the heat.
I'm ready for the heat. I'm ready to sweat. I'm ready to go. Let's go. It's cold.
Not that hot in Minnesota sometimes.
No, not really.
But that's the good part about this. Now, tell us about, Ed, let's start with you with your involvement in home improvement, the projects. You've always been kind of into that kind of thing, I guess. That's why you're involved with this.
I mean, I've never been trained in it or anything, but I mean, I love working with my hands. And one of the great things about Workcamp, especially as a youth, I love the fact that you get that leadership opportunity, and you get to go out and you get to learn how to problem solve a lot. I'm studying to be an engineer, and so that helps too. I just love getting imperfect conditions, and then just working with it, getting everything done, and knowing that you got to get what you got to get done and just go with it. So it's a great opportunity for leadership and all that.
Now, Riley, what do you get out of it, being involved in the project?
Oh gosh, so many things. You build opportunities where you get to get together with a bunch of people you've never met and get to be best friends with them by the second day. You get such a closer relationship to God. It's this great faith walk that gets a boost when you're around so many people who support that and are willing to push you out of your comfort zone.
You know, that's the two things, without knowing specifically even what the projects you guys are working on, is number one, like you mentioned, you get a great network with people that will remain friends of yours for a lifetime. Yeah. And I'm sure you've seen that in the past. You both have been involved for years. But also, it's a great experience work-wise as well. Like Ed mentioned, problem solving, getting into a situation. Have you always been into being handy and that kind of thing?
I have. My dad has made sure of that.
What are you interested in studying, by the way?
Gosh.
I'm putting you on. That's like your mom. Riley, what are you going to be studying at school?
No, I have so many things I like. It'll probably be pre-med or ornithology, which is biology specializing in birds.
Very good. Yeah. Well, you'll probably see a lot of those while you're down here as well. So. But again, and Lisa, I'm sure that whenever you're talking about whenever folks like Ed and Riley go on and I know Ed said he's in graduate school, something about being a part of a project like this has got to look great on a resume, and that's not why these young folks do it. But if I'm an employer and I see this, I'm thinking, wow, this person not only has some skills, but they also have the umption to get involved with something like this.
Exactly. I'm in public education, and the minute I even see a kid that might want to be an intern of mine, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I used to do work camps." I'm like, oh, "Wow," and it's funny. Even in my classroom, I post my name tags, and in public schools you have to be real careful. But a student will say, "Miss Rawls, what does that mean?" Oh, you really want to know? So, I talk to them about the faith walk. What Riley said is very impressive because, you get with so many kids you don't know. And what's fun is I may see Ed in 2 years at another work camp.
Right.
Or I may see Riley again. It's just amazing how God works to put us back together again.
Yeah.
Well,
and again, you're all staying at Valdosta Middle School this week.
We are. A fabulous facility.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Well, I was going to ask how that compares to some of the other places that you're at, so I'm glad it
you
compares
don't
well.
even want to go there.
First school with air conditioning.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we need that down here, so we want to make sure you don't sweat to death while you're here. So that's good to hear. Again, working on different projects around Valdosta, and I can't express enough how proud we are and happy we are that you guys are here, because it does not only does it mean a lot to the community, but I think when people see others from the outside come in doing work in their town, and they're thinking, well, what are they getting out of it? And when all you're really getting out of it is the satisfaction of a job well done, and also the opportunity to work with those who are interested in the same things you're interested in. I think that helps the local communities as well. And at least I'm sure you've seen that in the past, where these local communities will be brought up because of what you guys are doing.
Definitely. I mean, the city of Valdosta is unbelievable. The co-partnership we have with them is amazing. We did the residents thing Friday night, and just to see the residents so comfortable with the city officials it's just unique. Yeah. We didn't mention the residents, but through the co-sponsors, City of Valdosta, we have, met up with the residents and are now repairing their homes. So
it's a wonderful
couldn't
outreach.
do it without these people.
Well, we certainly are glad that you're here. Now, if someone listening, a young person listening, says, wow, this sounds like something that I want to be a part of, can they go online? How do they get in touch?
They sure can. GroupWorkCamps.com.
There you go, and that'll give them all the information they need.
All they need to know.
And you guys highly recommend it.
Oh,
yes,
I highly
sir.
Yeah, you get free T-shirts if that's the very
sign me up. Free T-shirts. I mean, that's all you need, man.
Yeah, I know. If anybody out there wants to give me more free T-shirts,
they'll be working all over town. If you see Eddie's a tall guy, just show up with probably an extra large T-shirt, and you're ready to roll. So.
Not large,
kind of tall, extra tall. How about that? So. But again, we can't thank you enough for the job that you guys have done here this week. Just the fact that you're here serving as an example, not just to young people, but to all people, for what can be done with just a little bit of the right attitude and some skills that you can learn on the job. So, Riley, Ed, thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
And
you.
Lisa, thank you so much for heading this group up. 148
I love it. I do it every summer.
Well, and I can tell you get a lot of it, and you're devoted to it as well. 148 folks from all around the country in Valdosta this week, and we certainly are glad that you are. So, again, thanks for being here, and hopefully the rain will subside and you guys get some work done this week. So
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. Paige Dukes will be getting us updated on the weather when we come back, so a lot more right after this. You're listening to The Morning Drive on News Talk 105.9. This is WVGA.